Hey, it's Amber Fox here with an EVE Online tutorial video of what is a POS and how do I use it. So what is a POS? A POS. You've heard this in the chat a lot if you're a new player, and a POS is not a piece of shit. Although it makes you think that it is not. It's actually a player-owned starbase. So I happen to be mining right now in my little venture. I'm in a newbie character, and I am mining in a system that has a POS, one of our corporate POSs. So I'm going to show you how to get there and what to use. So if you happen to be in our corporation, and most corporations would have this anyway, is if you right-click anywhere in your screen. So I'm going to right-click right here, and there's a corporate locations down here, and it says towers, and that's going to go to our recruits POS Songbird. So that's actually where I want to go. That's the one I have access to, and I'm going to warp to location within 0, and that's going to warp to our POS, our player owned starbase. Remember, not the piece of shit, the player owned starbase. All right, so here we go. We're warping there, and I give you an idea of what this thing looks like. Actually quite cool. So here we go. Come on, baby. Whoop. All right, and we're in the bubble. So if I zoom out here, get an idea of what this thing looks like. That is the player-owned starbase. It's a giant bubble in space. It's actually a warm bubble of gooiness, wonderful, nice, and safe. Because when you're inside this shield, it is a shield bubble. Other people cannot attack you, do anything to you. Rats can't do anything. If we were at war, people couldn't do anything. You could actually exit right now the game inside the player-owned starbase, and you'd be totally fine. You could leave your ships inside here, but always remember to be inside the bubble. All right, so this does look very different than an NPC starbase, doesn't it? You don't actually dock up somewhere. So what you can do, though, is this is the tower. This is what does the bubble. All right, and there's actually different structures that do different things. These little structures down here are the hangar arrays, and so we have 3 of them. And then we have this thing that's called the compression array right here. So the way you can access that is either you can right-click it on here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my inventory, and I hit the inventory screen, and this comes up with the screen. Now I have all these extra things that in space. This actually came up in the bubble, and right here, this is our structures. So that's the starbase structure I'm in. Songbird, that's the name of the tower. That's what I warp to. But what I'm trying to do is get to the crusher. All right, so what I want to do is take the ore in my hold. So let's say that I filled up my hold. Of course I didn't. I only have 114, but hey, at least it's something. But what I want to do is I want to crush this ore so that way I can transport it or sell it or do something with it, because ore takes up a lot of space in EVE Online. So what I can do is I can actually grab this and drag it into the crusher, and I need to be at least 3,000 meters away. I'm actually pretty close, so I'm right there. So if I click on that and I look at this right here, now I can crush this ore. And the way to crush it is I right-click over it and I say compress. It actually gives me, so 100 ore turns into 1 compressed ore, and it's very, very small compared to the other ore. Now what you can do is you can take this and you could put it back in your ship, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it in my personal hangar array. So if you're in a corporation and you're part of this POS, which if you remember the corp you are, you can drop this in here, and that's your personal stuff that goes in here. Now, so when I clicked it, actually showed up down here. This is actually where it's in, is this structure right here. It's actually sitting in there. Now, I did leave some other ore in the crusher because it goes at 100 at a time, so there's a little bit of leftovers. Now, you could either throw that back in your hangar. What I usually do is I put it back in my ship and mine some more of that same type. Now, these other holds, what these are, is what in our corporation we call a cell hangar. Now, other corporations do have that. I don't know if they do or not, but ours does. And what it is we've set up these hangars. We had to do that ourselves, dropped them down here, and gave them different labels. And what you do is you go into the corporate chat and you say, hey, I want a cell hangar. What a cell hangar is we give you access to one of these hangars. Now, you can drop your ores in them, and the corporation will come and buy your ore for you and dump the money in your account. That's it. So you don't have to take your ore to market. You don't have to transport it anywhere else. Now, do at least compress it so that way it doesn't eat up so much space in your cell hangar, because there is a limited amount of space in it. But otherwise, it's a really, really cool advantage of being in a industry corporation like we are that allows you to do these kinds of things. So you get a personal one. They'll say, okay, you get 1 gamma. So this is hanger 1, and gamma, that would be yours. And then so this would be a you'd have access to drop something in there, and that would be your cell hanger. So that's it. That's what a cell hanger is. This is what a player-owned Starbase is, and that's it, guys. A little how-to video. So anyway, subscribe to the channel for some more videos, even if you're not in our corporation, about how to do things in EVE Online, and follow my adventures in null and wormhole space. So we'll see you later. Bye.